My name is Peter Whitmore. I'm 73 years old. Some of you may remember me from a video I shared a few weeks ago. The response to that surprised me deeply, and I'm grateful for every message and comment. But today I want to speak about something I left out back then, something far more intimate, something that permanently changed how I understand love and partnership. I need you to hear this because what I'm about to say might spare you a kind of regret that doesn't fade with time. My wife, Susan, and I were married for 41 years, longer than many of you have been alive. For most of that time, I believed we had a good marriage, not flawless, but steady, dependable, the kind of marriage that lasts. But here's the truth no one prepares you for. You can spend decades with someone and still never truly know them. You can share a home, a bed, an entire life, and remain strangers where it matters most. Susan passed away 6 years ago. Pancreatic cancer, diagnosed in March, gone by July, 4 months from healthy to gone. And during her final weeks lying in that hospice bed, she said something that echoes in my mind every single day. She said, "Peter, we spent too much time trying to be right instead of trying to be close." At first I didn't understand. I felt defensive. We had a good life, didn't we? We didn't fight much. We were comfortable. We built something together. But that was exactly the problem. We were comfortable. And comfort is not the same as connection. For years, Susan would suggest small things. Let's take a pottery class. Why don't we dance anymore? Do you remember when we used to talk late into the night? And every time I had an excuse. Too tired, too busy, too impractical, too expensive. I wasn't trying to hurt her. I just believed we had plenty of time. I assumed those little moments weren't important. I thought love was proven through big responsibilities, working hard, staying faithful, being reliable. I thought that was enough. It wasn't. I believed love showed up during emergencies, during crises, during the hard moments. And yes, those things matter. But what I didn't understand is that love is built quietly. In ordinary moments, no one applauds. Morning conversations, unplanned walks, listening with full attention when your partner talks about their day. I stopped doing those things slowly. So slowly I didn't notice. One missed conversation became many. One "not tonight" became a habit. One "we'll do it later" quietly turned into never. Susan adapted. She always did. She stopped asking me to dance, stopped suggesting we learn things together, stopped trying to have deep conversations. She built a life around me instead of with me. We became polite companions who happened to be married, respectful, civil, and deeply alone. I told myself this was normal, that long marriages lose passion, that routine replaces excitement, that comfort is success, but comfort is just complacency wearing a friendly face. When Susan got sick, time suddenly mattered. All the some days I'd leaned on now had deadlines. And in her final months, we talked more honestly than we had in decades. She shared dreams she had quietly let go of, pain she carried without complaint, moments she felt unseen in her own marriage. One night, a few weeks before she died, she told me about a trip she had always wanted to take. Scotland. Her grandmother was from there. She dreamed of the Highlands, the villages, learning where she came from. She had mentioned it many times over the years, and every time I brushed it aside. Too costly. Bad timing, maybe after retirement. We never went. And now, we never would. She wasn't angry when she told me. That was the hardest part. She was simply sad, resigned, as if she had accepted long ago that I would never meet her where she stood. I asked her why she didn't insist, why she didn't push harder. She said, "I didn't want to force you. I wanted you to want it too." That sentence shattered me. She didn't want obligation, she wanted enthusiasm, she wanted partnership. She wanted me to care because it mattered to her. And I failed her. Here's what I've learned. The greatest danger to a relationship isn't infidelity or explosive arguments. It's indifference. It's taking each other for granted. It's the quiet decay that happens when effort stops. You stop asking questions because you assume you already know the answers. You stop trying because you believe they'll always be there. You stop prioritizing love because you think time is guaranteed. And one day, you wake up next to someone you don't truly know, or worse, they're gone. After Susan died, I found a journal she kept hidden away. Reading it felt like meeting someone I had lived beside, but never fully seen. She wrote about loneliness, about feeling unheard, about moments when I was physically present, but emotionally absent, about how often my attention went to work, to my phone, to everything but her. She also wrote about love, about the man she married, about hoping that version of me would return, about trying to reach me and not knowing how. I was right there, every night. But I may as well have been worlds away. And here's what hurts the most. I wasn't cruel. I wasn't unfaithful. I wasn't abusive. I was simply careless. I believed showing up was enough. I believed avoiding mistakes was the same as doing things right. But relationships don't end because of one big failure. They end because of countless small neglects. If you're with someone right now, ask yourself, when was the last real conversation you had? Not about schedules or chores, but about hopes and fears. When was the last time you did something purely to make them happy? Not for an occasion, just because. When was the last time you truly looked at them and felt grateful? If you can't remember, you're heading down the same road I did. Your partner will not be there forever. One of you will go first. And when that happens, there are no rewinds, no second chances, no postponed conversations. Susan and I had 41 years, and I wasted too many of them choosing comfort over closeness, certainty over curiosity, presence over engagement. Don't repeat my mistake. Love is not a feeling you earn once and keep forever. Love is an action, daily, intentional, sometimes inconvenient. It's staying curious about the person beside you, trying new things together, having difficult conversations, caring about what matters to them simply because it matters to them. After Susan died, people told me I'd been a good husband. They were wrong. I was an adequate one. I met the minimum standards. That's not love, that's survival. Being a good partner means effort, vulnerability, attention, choosing connection even when you're tired. I didn't. And now I live with that knowledge. 6 years later, I still think about Scotland. How easy it would have been to say yes. A little time, some money. That's all it would have cost me. And it would have meant everything to her. Later never comes. If you love someone, don't wait. Don't assume they know. Don't delay what matters. Ask, listen, participate, be present, be intentional, because one day you'll be where I am, alone, holding memories, realizing you had everything you needed and didn't recognize it in time. Susan was right. We wasted too much time being right instead of being close. Please don't waste yours. If this story meant something to you, please consider subscribing to the channel. These conversations matter, and subscribing helps make sure they reach the people who may need them most. If something here resonated with you, leave a comment below. Your experiences, your lessons, your regrets or hopes, someone else might find comfort in them. And if you know someone who could benefit from hearing this, please share it with them. Sometimes a single story, shared at the right moment, can change the way someone loves the people in their life. Thank you for listening.